Hey guys, Jarhead0331 here with Grogheads.com, bringing my first video in a really, really long time. Recovering from COVID now, and I feel a lot better. So I figured, what better way to celebrate than to make a video. And since I've been playing a lot of Aurora C Sharp since it came out, I figured I'd play for about half an hour and show everybody a little bit about what this game is and how to play it, since it has a really steep learning curve and it's very complex and complicated. There really is no other game out there like it, and it's pretty amazing that it was developed and programmed by one guy, and it's even more amazing that he lets us play it for free. So I'm starting a new game, creating a new race. We're human. All themes are United States, and I will name us the Intergalactic Terran Confederacy, ITC. And home planet Earth. This is going to be a conventional empire, so we do not have trans-Newtonian technology starting out. And so basically we can't survey jump points or use them and go into different star systems. So for now, we're going to be stuck in Sol, and it's going to be a while before we can start branching out into new systems. So here we are. Here's Earth over here, Cooper Belt, and everything that is in the Milky Way. This is astronomically accurate from what I understand. So the first thing you want to do is go to your summary, economics, and take a look at what we have on planet Earth. Everything is conventional right now. We're going to research trans-Newtonian tech right away so we can start converting our conventional industry into much more capable things like construction factories and fuel refineries, financial centers, things of that nature. This shows us what we're mining presently. Let's see, we're kind of light on uranium. We're going to need some more of that. Oh, and thorium is really bad too. Shoot. We need that for fuel. So that is probably going to be a problem. Okay, but let's see how it works out. So okay, so first things first. Let's build a military academy. By doing this, it will allow us to start recruiting officers and scientists at a greater rate. Okay, we also want to start that trans-Newtonian technology research. So let's find a construction and production scientist, which of course we don't have. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our scientists. We have 3 in missiles and kinetic weapons, so I'm going to take this guy, Derek, and I am going to change his field of expertise. He's going to take a penalty there. Oh no, we don't want him to be power. We want him to be construction, production. Okay. He's going to take a hit, but as he researches, he'll build that back up. So Derek, all 8 research labs we're going to put into that. Okay, so let's go and start. This is 30-day increments, auto turns. We get an interrupt. What happened? We completed the military academy. So what I want to do now is go to the race screen and go to academies. And I want to, you can see right now we're training over 13,000 crewmen and junior officers per year, but they're coming out of the academy at the lowest quality. So we want to bump that up to 5, and even though we get much less, almost 3,000 seems to be enough, especially early on in the game. Okay, so we did that. On top of it, we want to assign a scientist as our academy commandant. So scientist, research admin would be good. Let's do Heath Tippery. Sign. Okay, so now we have an academy commandant. He's in charge of our academies, and he's going to give us a 25% research bonus. Okay, we also want to have somebody as the governor of Earth. And I like to put a civilian administrator who has good production stats. So Jonah here seems to fit the bill. We'll assign, and now we have a planetary governor on Earth. That's also going to give us some production bonuses. Okay, we just got an interrupt. Okay, we have trans-Newtonian technology now, so we can start researching a lot of the technologies that we're going to need in order to start exploring and mining our solar system. Additionally, we can start converting our conventional industry into industries that take advantage of the power of trans-Newtonian tech. So if we go back to the summary, we see we have 800 conventional industry. We want to convert all of that into a number of different things. So let's do 300. I'm sorry. Let's do 300 construction factories, and we'll do that at 30% capacity. Let's do, actually, I'm going to change that to 250 factories. 250, modify. Then we're going to do 50 fuel refineries at 30%. I'm going to do 300 mines at 30%. No, actually, let's do it at 10. Okay. And that should be good for now. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to research and let's start. First, we want the pressurized water reactor. Okay. We want to increase our fuel, or we want to research the fuel consumption tech, so we use less fuel per engine hour. Okay. And we also want to start researching some heavier armor so that our ships, no defensive systems, guys. So let me do that. Scientists. We had a lot of ground combat specialists, and we really don't need any of them, not for a while. So let's change Emilio to defensive systems. Okay. Go back to research. Emilio, create. Okay. Oh, and I do want to put 10 more research facilities in the queue. All right. Okay. Advanced time. We got an interrupt. Okay, we've got that armor. I'm gonna keep putting resources into that armor until we get duranium armor. And that'll also help level up Emilio. The more you research with these scientists, the higher their stats get. Okay, we got that pressurized water reactor. And now we can research nuclear thermal engine technology. This is going to be the foundation of our first engines that bring us into space. So that's a really important starter technology. And by the way, I'm hardly an expert at this game. I'm still learning. Um, I tend to, it's so complex. I tend to play it in blocks, and I'll end up putting it aside for a while and then coming back to it. So you know, and by the way, a number of things have changed in the C# version from the Visual Basic version. So there are some new mechanics and some new features. All right. So here's that duranium armor that we want. Defensive systems. Okay. Okay, we've got that better fuel consumption now. Now, what we also want to start doing is improve our the rate in which we can construct things and the rate at which we research things. It's really important to start leveling those capabilities up. Okay, we have nuclear thermal engine technology now. Let me do the improved pressurized water reactor. That'll get us to improved nuclear engine technology. Okay, we've got that duranium armor, so we can take a step back from defensive systems at this point. And let's do large fuel storage. We're going to need that. I'm going to put 2 into that, 2 research labs, so we can research geological survey sensors. Okay, that's what is going to permit us to survey all these asteroids and planets and moons so that we can find the minerals that we need. Okay, we've got that improved reactor tech. Now we can get a pebble bed reactor, and here's that improved nuclear thermal engine I was talking about. Let's go ahead and get that. I'm going to put 2 into that. And then I'm also going to go for the pebble bed reactor. That's going to be important for us as well. Okay. Okay, so we completed converting our conventional industry to fuel refineries and mines. Okay, so that means we have more capacity. So I can start work. Oh, um, let me modify this to 40. The UI is not the greatest, but it gets the job done. Okay, so we're still only operating at 80%. So let me bump up conversion of construction to 40 and conversion of mines to 20. Okay. Now what I want to do is start working on these shipyards. For now, I'm going to add a slipway to my commercial shipyard, and I'm going to add 5,000 ton capacity to my naval shipyard. And then when that's done, I'm going to add a slipway there, and then eventually I'm going to build another of each, another shipyard of each, commercial and naval. Okay, we got that fuel storage. Just check on mining. We're already running low on uranium, which is scary, and thorium is going down as well, which is scary. Okay, what do we want to research? Let's do improved research rate. Okay, we got that slipway added. Okay. All right. Capacity is upgrading. Run. It means okay, we got geological survey sensors now. I think, technically speaking, I have pretty much everything I would need to start working on my to start where I'm looking at this. I almost never research this right away, but our thorium reserves are so low in this game. Probably gonna end up having to stop and starting over, but I won't do that now in the video. I'll let this play out for a little bit. What else do we need here? Nothing initially. Nothing initial. We want to be able to build larger engines. Okay, let's do that. Improve nuclear thermal tech we have now. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Let me do this, get more fuel efficient. That's gonna be really important for now. Till we start harvesting thorium. Okay, improved construction rate. And we're gonna keep dumping our research into that, but don't think we need it right now. We don't really need anything there. We don't need anything there. Let me get a large cargo hold. Okay, and I think what we'll do now is we'll design our first ship. But before we do that, we have to design a engine for our first geo survey vessels. So we want to design an engine, and your best tech is automatically loaded. So I'm going to reduce engine power to 75%. And we've got our best fuel consumption, and I'm going to put a size 15 engine in here. Okay, so let's create that. Now the reason, you know what, I'm actually going to go to 50% engine power so that it's classified as a commercial engine. That'll help us with maintenance and I think fuel consumption as well. And it requires less materials to develop. So we did that. Okay, and now we can go to the. Oh no! First we have to. Now I have to research the engine. So let me take research lab, go to power and propulsion, and there it is. Improved nuclear thermal engine, EP48. Okay, and we have this guy, Sean. Okay, so let's go. And there it is. So now we can develop our ship. Okay, so new ship class down here. And we want it to be a geological survey vessel. We're going to put 2 of these bad boys on there. Okay, and we want to put geological survey sensors, also 2. Okay, I'm going to do a 6-month deployment time. Okay, there's a low expected failure rate, maintenance life of 2.5 years. We're under 3,000 tons, and I think we should be good to go with this. So this is an Essex class, and I like to do like Mark 1 in case I ever decide to upgrade with new technology. Sometimes you refit. So without having to pick a whole new name for the class, it does the same thing. Okay, so now go back to our shipyards, and we want to retool. Oh, but you know what? Here's what I have to do. All right, we're gonna have to wait a little bit because it's actually we got to finish. It's actually a military vessel, even though it has commercial grade engines on it. So we got to finish that capacity upgrade, and then we can get started on that. Let's go to research. In the meantime, I'm just going to continue researching things that I'm going to want. So very large fuel, for instance, very large fuel storage. Okay. Okay, we finished converting our construction factories. which means we have more capacity. Let me build another naval shipyard complex with 40% of our capacity. Okay. And we got that pebble bed reactor, so again, I'm going to go for increased fuel efficiency. I would say early on, power and propulsion, construction and production, and logistics are your most important fields to be focusing on. Okay, all right, that capacity finished. So we can go straight back to the shipyard and we're going to retool. Boom, S6 Mark 1, set activity, and we're going to build one. So I'm just going to go to the shipyard fleet, create task. Okay, let me just advance a day and then go back to the shipyards, and I want to build a slipway so I can build another one of these guys. Okay, and then in the shipyard task, you can see we're building that Essex. Okay. All right, research continues. Let's see, don't really need any sensors right now. Cryogenic transport we'll want for creating our colonies initially, so let me go ahead and do that. We're going to need that for our colony ship. And let's see what we got. Okay, we got the large cargo hold. Moving right along. Let's do construction rate. No, you know what? Let me do shipbuilding rate. Okay. Okay, we got that Essex built. So let's first we want to do automated assignments for our officers. Okay, forgot to do that. And now we go to the naval organization chart, which right now is really small because we just built our first ship, but this thing is going to get big. Now the first thing I want to do is create a new administrative command, and it's going to be survey command. Okay, and let's plop that under our Navy. Okay, and then we've got, here's our Essex. We wanted to detach it and move it into survey command. So here we have a fleet of one vessel. Okay, but before I send it off, I want to assign a commander to be in charge of survey command. So let's take someone who has high survey rate, and the grade has to be commander or higher. So here's someone, Alonzo Sokolov, with a 20% bonus. We're going to assign him, and there he is. He's got an admin command, and we're ready to go. Okay, so here we are, Essex, and we're going to create standing orders for the ship. Survey and X5 system bodies. We want to refuel when fuel gets below 50%, refuel at a colony, and then resupply when supply points get below 20%. Okay, supply at colony. Okay, and so you can see this thing go. I'll do 1 day, and there it goes. Here he goes. It's doing the Cooper Belt, all the surveying, getting it done. Okay, we just got an interrupt. All right, we're discovering minerals. That's great. We finished our new naval shipyard. That's what triggered the interrupt. I can also, while I'm here, increase this to 60 just to get that done quicker. And here you can see we have the new naval yard. I'm going to increase the capacity to 6,000. We're still working on that second slipway. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, you know what? I don't think I even need to build another one because this one is doing okay for us. Okay, we got that pebble bed reactor. Okay, let's see what else we can get now. Let's do mining production. Okay, you can see my list of scientists is increasing. They're coming out of the academies. All right. Still surveying. Okay, so they're telling me, this is interesting. They're telling me that the guy I put in charge of Survey Command is too junior. So they want a captain for Naval Admin Commands. Captain. Okay, so survey. Captain. Here we go. Assign. There you go. Assign. Now we're not in the red anymore. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Why did it do that? Why did we exceed our deployment time? All right, well, let's go back to Earth. Standing orders, let's do movement orders. Let's go, let's clear that, and let's just head back to Earth. Okay. Let's do that. Now, wants us to do some research. What am I gonna need? Let's do Transnewtonian cargo ship. Oh, actually no. Let's do boat bays. No, I don't need that. Let's do the Transnewtonian cargo shuttles. We're going to need that to unload supplies from our first freighters that we're going to build in order to create our colonies. So let's do that. And What way? Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop. Stop. Why is that Essex still moving around? We've got to stop that before before that leads to move all. We want to refuel and resupply from Earth. And to make sure we're doing that, okay, looks like he's coming back in now. Let me just make sure. It looks like it. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's coming in. We've got to do more research. Okay, he's orbiting Earth now. So I'm not really sure. I think we need to overhaul. I'm not sure how long that's going to take. But I think that's what we need to do at this point. Sadly. Okay, did that. I don't know why he's still. I'll have to look into that. What you should do if you exceed deployment? Because I don't see like send them to shore or anything like that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Um, I'll look into that, and when I pick up the video again, I'll explain it. But in the meantime, before I stop recording, I want to check where we found minerals. Okay, so you got to refresh this. All right, and here's everywhere we have minerals. So Mercury has sorium. That's good. Okay. Mars has sorium. That's spectacular. Spectacular. That's really good. Really good. So I'm not even going to waste any time. I'm going to create a colony on Mercury. I'm going to create a colony on Luna because we always do that. I'm going to create one on Mars. Okay. I think the first place we're going to go is really it would usually be Luna, but I've got my eye on that Sorium. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to stop recording right here. It's been about 40 minutes. So let me know if you're finding this helpful or interesting. And if so, I'll keep making them. If not, I'll probably just play on my own and not record it and waste your time. So hope everyone is safe and healthy, and your families are as well. And give me some feedback on the video, and we'll see you in the forums. Thanks, guys. See ya.